It worked perfectly fine when I was using the Twitch.
Alright.
I don't know. I'm suspecting what kept happening is that we lose connection to OBS and it just drop me entirely.
It's possible. It could be like a hiccup was disconnecting it.
But I don't know how to test that, so I'll just use the regular Twitch app.
Yep. Best thing I can think of would be like a test stream at some point, but
I don't know what to do in this test stream, because I'm just trying to figure out what's wrong with OBS. I'm just going to play Town of Salem for like 4 hours.
yeah, just do something very simple that you don't need to like worry yourself too much over quality for streaming.
I know we've officially started. I wish there were more time that I get to stream with you, though. You're fun to stream with.
You're fun to stream with too, man.
Anyway, welcome back to Ace Attorney. I got my controller. I found and unboxed my controller.
Woo!
As shown in Flippin' Dead.
Oh yeah, we stopped like right at the start of the trial, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's not me.
I know. I got a message.
Okay.
Oh, I'll be home in 35 minutes.
Good to know. It's fine if you need to take a moment to deal with that later on.
What do you think, Mr. Wright?
Oh, I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time.
That's not you at all.
Oh. You know, that felt very natural.
The victim was murdered in 2 different suspects arrested at each of the crime scenes. What up? Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. Disposed.
I hope that didn't hold you too long for questioning.
We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So how'd it go? Mr. Wright's police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. Plea bargain? Why that? I told him the truth behind this
Simultaneous.
It did not read as simultaneous. It's a word,
Understandable.
I've heard but never written.
Yeah, it's not something that's like written that often. Usually because when you speak the word simultaneous, it's like, well, it's more of a technical word, so I guess it appears more often like technical manuals and stuff like that.
This simultaneous murder. Capital punishment. That's pretty never. But Lana, don't tell me you must regret how much dark as they are. So you scanned them.
No, that means that she. This is actually kind of a good thing. So, with the plea bargain concept, it means that she is getting something out of it, and they're more likely to trust her testimony. So, when she is saying, "I'm as much in the dark about it as they are," that means that they're more willing to trust her testimony. That she is saying, like, I don't know how he died over there when he was supposed to die in the car. Like, that generally makes it very difficult for them to actually pin it on her when she is stating, I had nothing to do with that, but I did have something to do with this. This is a bit different than the actually, I could compare this to a real world court case. So when a sheriff in one particular state, I forget which one it was shown to have been lying about his connection to a murder, namely, like his, I think, son-in-law and his family was killed or something like that, like one of his neighbors or something like that. He basically stated, I wasn't there, I had nothing to do with this, and then video evidence showed that he was there, and it became an issue of I was lying about this, but I'm not lying about that. It ruins credibility. But if she's still corroborating her own story and stuff like that, then it means that she's still considered to be a credible witness, and her word has more weight than some other people in the court case right now.
Okay.
Or at least it should, but this is Phoenix Wright.
That's almost like it should be like this, but this is Phoenix Wright, where we just pull things out of our mouths.
By the way, on that note, an actual Japanese lawyer sat down with an American lawyer somewhat recently, and they reviewed a lot of the Phoenix Wright cases and gave some case law from a Japanese perspective on it. I haven't watched it yet, but it's on Legal Eagle's channel, so I'm kind of plugging him a little bit, but he's honestly got some pretty good takes on a lot of different court cases and stuff like that. That's rather hilarious.
I mean, I also watch Legal Eagle, so I see your point. I have a hilarious mental image stuff. When I finally learn how to edit, it's on my to-do list for like days now in this case, so I have to do this, and now I have to move, but then I have to unpack.
Yeah, that's...
And pushing down for more live stuff. I had the weirdest mental image of him going, I'm not paying you for this, like, no? No, I don't want money. I mean, I want money, but I don't expect money.
No, we're just mentioning him because he's relevant, and because I honestly recommend watching it, because it would be very interesting to see the Japanese side of case law. It is very different than American.
I know, but it's really hilarious. A lot of Japanese people like, no, we don't do this. I don't know where he's taking this from.
I mean, I'm sure that is still the case, because this is supposed to be like a mixture.
It's Japanese American law, not none of the good parts.
Yeah, that is, I think, like, the legitimate thing was he combined certain aspects of the two different culture. Like, this is supposed to be a version of reality where, I can't remember the whole context of it, but, like, America and Japan were closer allies or something like that. So a lot of stuff kind of transferred over between the two countries.
I think it's Europe. I mean, going by Grayson for me, I think it's Europe and Japan, but that might also be the case because a lot of British allies are also American allies.
Yeah, America in general, when it comes to forming allies, we actually do it pretty well overall. Anyways.
Mostly all the time. Anyway, Escador line just means this guy.
Yeah, it wasn't too necessary.
Mm-hmm.
We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall. Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you?
You're going to accuse Mr. Marshall?
We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Guy? I don't know. It might have something to do with a future magician that I take care of.
This is a house. Excuse me? What do you have to do, Mr. Wright?
That line felt a little too accurate.
Sometimes I'm completely improvised, sometimes I plan it ahead, and sometimes it's literally going, okay, in the spur of the moment of talking, what would be the most proper reaction? Confusion, got it.
That excuse me felt a little too genuine. Like you were stunned and you just decided to roll with it.
I mean, that's 50% of improv is rolling with it.
Uh-huh.
The other 50% is not saying no.
I just found it hilarious just seeing the Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Alana Sky. The defense is on ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is...
I'm afraid you'll have to clarify.
It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. If the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain in both places at the same time.
But it's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared.
Are you saying that they're teleporting now? Why do we give them powers?
Edgeworth, I know that your superpower is logic, but you need to really check it this time.
Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
I'm gonna be honest. The fact that it appeared in Edgeworth's car would probably mean that he'd have to recuse himself from this case.
Yeah, because it would be,
Conflict of interest. Yeah.
I just have a mental image of Goodman teleported into Edward's car.
Well, remember, we've established that he respawns.
Yeah.
So that day, Edgeworth parked over his respawn position, and he just appeared in the trunk.
This takes place in the Hero Academia verse.
Oh God. Oh no!
Is logic.
No. We can't throw this into the My Hero Academia verse. There's already a character that has to deal with multiple lives and the possibility of not being the true self. I don't think we need to throw another one into that mix.
Oh, right. Twice. I completely forgot.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't...
Okay, so, again, we're going on another tangent. I can make a super cut of all our dumb tangents. I've never actually watched the show. I just read fanfiction. But I've read so much fanfiction, at this point I could pretty much describe most of the show for me.
The show is really good. And it really does cover some of the, horrifying aspects of superpowers. It does something that DC does very well, especially recently. Well, except for the movies, but it covers, the downsides to powers in terms of a normal life very well.
Worm does that, too.
Yeah.
I think Worm does a little bit better, considering how powers are in that universe.
I don't know, one thing that DC did really well was show why super speed is actually really bad.
I don't know if there's many speedsters in I do know this is minor spoilers, minor not spoilers, because again I read a lot of fanfiction, which is personally better. The secret underground organization that's trying to prevent the end of the world, but doing it in a very, we don't care about human lives type of way, has developed a way to give those superpowers. And there's a chance you mutate and lose your memories. They're called Case 53s. One such person is called Neuter, and his power looks like a newt, and if you touch him, you get high.
Well, fair.
There's another one whose power he's part of the thing called Gregor the Snail. He does not look like a snail, but he does eat slime, and otherwise does not look fun to be around. Nice man.
Yeah.
Very low charisma.
Oh no. No, the speedster thing is apparently when you go that fast, you're not actually moving that fast. You are simply registering things faster. So for a speedster like Flash to do his famous around the world punch where he builds up speed, he is literally running to his own brain in real time around the globe. So take the average speed of a person, which is about 4 miles an hour maximum, maybe 6 or something like that, a little higher if you're an Olympic class runner. Now consider how large the Earth is, and then consider that the Flash is running around that, and to him, he is running at normal speed.
I thought you were going to go with the fact that he has to eat a lot for calories.
Oh no, that's also a thing.
Yeah, that occasionally shows up in Worm fan fiction, depending on some characters that have powers or not, which is always fun to see.
I need to send you a very funny fan-made edit of the Justice League that's just them talking about super speed and how terrible it actually is.
Sorry, just it's a slight pause, but I'm going to keep talking to you. We're getting close to the mom coming home time. I find it hilarious that I'm talking about Worm again in Autism Awareness Month since I did that last year.
Everything circles around.
I don't see her yet, but she said to 30 to 35 minutes, and it's currently been 30 minutes since I got the text. It helps me go on Wing Mom. Fuck it, I'm just gonna keep talking about Worm because some of the okay, I only talk superheroes. Here's some more bullshit that Cauldron has done. They have a lady, the superpower is Path to Victory, which does exactly as it sounds that it does. She has a goal, and she gets steps to complete that goal, and she's able to complete that goal in those steps without fail.
Oh dear. That does sound like it could go horribly wrong.
Yeah, I think it's implied that she's from a different universe and she doesn't speak English, or Power's just letting her speak English. I'm not positive, because again, I don't read the actual books, I just read fanfiction.
Oh, understandable.
I said car.
Oh, need to go take care of that?
Yeah.
You go ahead and do that. I will keep if anybody is in there, people entertained. This is kind of what we just do. We just sort of, have long conversations sometimes about random things, because we, as many humans do, we have a tendency to get distracted by shiny things. And those shiny things just happen to be things that interest us. It's the curse of humanity. Let's just be honest here. Every human has this problem. There is no escaping it. I actually know of some streamers that take this into a very funny way of they know that chat will get distracted by things, so they'll try and grab chat's attention by jingling keys. And it kind of works as the dumb thing. I don't know why. It really shouldn't work. You're just jingling some keys. But at the same time, it works, and this is a little bit concerning. Oh. It's one of those funny things that just well, I jingled some keys. Pay attention, pay attention. I will say that when it comes to court cases like this one for Phoenix Wright, it is a very interesting one. I don't think it's ever I don't think it's ever happened before, but knowing probability, it likely has. I'm not sure how exactly. Let me actually look that up. There might be a court case that's similar to this one. Places at once. Apparently this has happened before. Multiple times. Huh. Now, one that immediately came up was apparently Tim Hennis, so I'm looking through that one at the moment, seeing kind of what exactly is going on. Okay, wow. So it's not exactly the same. Basically, there was a court case that involved a man who was convicted of murder. He was put on death row. Then he had the same case tried a second time. And this is where double jeopardy kind of comes in, but it kind of didn't come in. Basically, the court case was done in a different court, not the same one, a different court with different charges for the same crime. And that's not too uncommon. I do know that prosecutors sometimes don't charge everything at once. Instead, trying to go for the ones that are most easily proven, saving the ones that are harder to prove in case there is a innocent verdict passed down. Sometimes it can get the guilty verdict on something else. This was the case with some January 6th rioters, actually, where they didn't charge them for everything and instead charged them for only some things, which kind of proved useful because some people did get pardoned, I believe. They then charged this man a second time. Different court showed that he was not the one that did it. And then they charged him again and said that he did it. Like, he was tried 3 times for the same court case. I don't fully know if he's innocent or not. Like, there's a lot of evidence that says he did, and there's a lot of evidence that says he didn't. So you've got this very weird situation of, like, being tried for the same crime 3 times, getting charged guilty twice, and not guilty once. And double jeopardy doesn't come in for any of these court cases because they're done in different courts with different charges. So I don't know. That's an interesting one.
I'm back in the middle of that whole conversation, but I wanted to hear how it goes.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Yeah, no, that's a little freaky.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't really pass judgment either way on that one. And I probably shouldn't, because, I'm not on the jury, and I'm not a judge.
Anyways, yeah, sorry about that. Mom is worried that, it's understandably worried, because it used to be a case of, I'll just leave my room, in order to do, like, superstitious things and not actually see her. So I was feeding the animals, letting Mom know I was here, and giving her a hug. Then my mom and giving her a hug.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do. So, back to the court case. This is one messed up trial.
Thank you duties as prosecutors present impartial evidence. Today, we present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Okay, it sounds like even Edgeworth is winging it.
Yeah, it does. He might be.
And that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. Man, the game called it for us.
That is the, like, most backhanded "you're full of shit" I've ever heard. That's supposed to be an admirable trait. Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand.
For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department.
The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Judge, you're not supposed to... Things are getting wild from the get-go.
With my birthday money, I got Steam gift cards, so I bought like Ghost Trick, and that's a game we definitely need a lot more people for.
But it is an interesting one. I have played that one on the cell phone before because
Yeah,
I thought that was like where it was originally.
Because I did when I saw it as a kid, it's like there's a time limit. It's like, oh, I don't like that. I'm terrible at time limits.
Turns out that time limit was not quite a time limit.
That time limit was story reasons only.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know when we'll cover it because we need a lot of people to cover it, but that might be fun to do with the thing. Would the witness please state his name and occupation? Don't use the megaphone.
Yes, sir. I am Officer Mike Meekins, sir. My occupation is, that would be the murderer, sir.
I'm just gonna let that pause for a bit for the beat it deserves.
Yeah. I am curious, though. What's Edgeworth's response? So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir.
I told you not to use that.
We'll let him keep that. Which one of you idiots let him keep that? Sir, I'm what you would call part of the younger generation, sir. I take offense to that. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend.
How old is Mike Meekins? Let me check. Dear Wikipedia.
You know what? Good question.
He's 22 right now. 22 to 31.
Well, let's see here. So, remember, this is set in like the 2000. Oh God, the Quinn.
What?
Do you see his reckoned birth years?
Oh, for fuck's sake. That is close to my birth year, I will say, for internet purposes. He's taller than me, though.
Son of a bitch! He's shorter than me. Meekins, buddy, as someone from the same generation, we are not all murderers, friends.
Persons who act as adults can't possibly comprehend. I don't know, maybe this is what people who are neurotypical are like.
No. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Help me, sir.
Officer Meekins,
Yes, sir.
give us your report of the crime. Consider that in order.
Yes, sir. As you wish. After all, I am part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. You fuck.
Apparently, he says something in Turn About Succession I have to say right now because I don't know when we'll cover that.
Uh-huh.
Down on your hands! Blow on your head!
You know,
He's
Meekins,
31
buddy.
He's 31 at that time.
Meekins, my friend. It's not that you're part of a generation. You're just special. And no, this time I do not mean that kindly. Oh boy, buddy.
You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm.
No, I can. I report, sir.
Again, in Edgeworth Investigations, there's a character who's cross-examination testimony. Sorry, I forgot the word testimony.
Yep.
Even though it's not technically in a trial, but that's just how the Ace Attorney works. Is titled is called "Because I'm Gonna Bully You."
Well, damn.
It's just stuff like that makes me love the series so much, and other stuff makes I don't want it. I want a successor. I don't want the more of the creator, please.
Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. I shanked him. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me away. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you? Cease. Desist. Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir.
Your family motto is the golden rule?
No, it's not the golden rule. It's the opposite of the golden rule.
What's the golden rule, then?
Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Oh, he's basically saying, do exactly what people do to you?
No, he's saying, do unto others before they would do unto you. He's basically saying, beat the shit out of someone because they might do the same to you.
The RPG protagonist method. Thing in the grass, kill it!
Slime, kill it! I see. Then you fainted, and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The defense may begin cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with.
That's a hint. Guess what the hint's for?
Pressing.
Yep.
Everything.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like that right there. Like, why was it not your normal duty? Why were you assigned there? Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I'm in charge of hiring new recruits. Oh, God, this explains so much.
We need more bodies for the Badgers, sir.
No. He's in charge of hiring new recruits. In general. Yeah, that is a scary thought, Phoenix. Yeah.
day of the crime.
Oh.
Which means many operatives were given special attacks not ordinarily performed. It's me.
Yeah, I did for a second. I am back now, though. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm just double checking, make sure I didn't get duplicates.
Oh, boy.
Okay, no, it's fine.
Okay. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. The Blue Badger?
It's loose?
Oh, wait a minute, if you're here, who's guarding it?
It's a 1,000-year slumber? See, all of you.
May God help us all.
I'm fleeing the country. I retire now, so I may enjoy the last few days I have on Earth. Oh, you're straight up gone.
Hello.
Are you okay?
Yes. You left the call entirely.
Am I and you left?
I checked my internet connection. I still got it.
Well, that's... okay.
I think it might be your laptop.
No, I hope not.
Oh, that, you're ready to rehost the stream, by the way.
Oh,
last I heard, by the way, was, you going... I'm going to flee the country. And then you left the call. It's just like, wait a minute. Nam, we're role playing here. Don't go. Come back.
What I said fully was, I'm retiring now. I'm going to vacation, spend the last well, I forgot completely. It's there. I'll clip it and show it to you later.
Sure thing. Let me stop watching and then I can watch your thing. Somehow. Maybe. There we go. Okay, I got it back. Yes, the terrifying monstrosity created by the chief of detectives, sir. I like you didn't question that I did not state it as is.
No, I read it. I know what's I read it was underneath the text.
I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process, otherwise we would all go straight to hell.
The seal that keeps it docile, sir.
Again, this thing is terrifying for multiple reasons. That was my sole mission for the day, sir.
I failed. People are dead. That's why I said I was a murderer, sir.
I see. Sounds like a very important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around. They relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room.
Tell us, what did you see when you got there?
I spotted a suspicious man with a security screen and rushed into the room. Oh, God. In order to enter the evidence room...
You don't need to say the green text.
I know, but at the same time, just having to hold it suddenly appear in the middle of it's kind of hilarious. You need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck, or at least I should. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? There it is, I found it! This is the one right here. Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir, it's 49899596. That's my number, sir. I see. Huh? but the number 4989596 is shown as being used twice.
Please explain, witness.
It's no real mystery, sir. The first time was when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. The second time was when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see. So it was during that second time when... Yes, sir. That was when I spotted the man on the security cam screen.
And I realize I've doomed us all.
I left the Badger in the room alone with another person. That's his favorite time. When he can't be interrupted. I'm glad that they didn't play the microphone sound effect there.
Yeah, I'm glad for that too. That might because it might get annoying or it might cause like problems if you're not sure what you're doing.
Yeah, at the same time, they had it activate repeatedly, so I doubt they'd care if it's annoying. So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? And not by the Blue Badger, damn it! It was a knife, sir! A knife!
A ritualistic knife! A cultist went in! Mr. Goodman was a cultist, sir!
Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then? I won't be charging it on him like that. He looked as surprised as I was. So I decided to make him the sacrifice.
I'm not gonna lie, with the weird setup he has, I'm almost convinced that he might not even be used to, like he's recruits. He gets recruits by shouting for people to join the police force.
That might actually be the case. Also, like, just look at the scene for like 2 seconds here. There is so much that I'm just like, this looks like everything was just normal. It's literally Goodman with one-handed pocket. You can't see his face. And then Meekins here saluting the man. Like, this does not look like you went charging in on him. This looks like you walked in, saluted him, thought everything was fine, and then just blacked out because you hit your head on something.
I need to check something actually real quick.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But
Sorry.
what were you checking?
Oh, I couldn't remember if he had sideburns or not.
Yeah, it looks like he doesn't have the beard, though. But it's really hard to tell from this angle.
Yeah.
You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. Usually when you're around, the Blue Badger's around.
I'm not the only one who watches him, sir.
I'd like to just think that outside would just hear gunshots and the Blue Badger's trying to reach Meekins.
Sorry, I just had a completely different image. So, Word of Horror. This is tangentially related. The Word of Horror has a very good modding scene.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if there's modded guns yet, but the middle image of the Blue Badger.
Blue Badger just existing.
Doom has been raised quite a lot lately. I'm not sure why. Oh no.
That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. What? Meekins, buddy, pal.
Are you a ferret that walks like a man?
Oh my gosh. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be... Oh wait, that was you.
Yeah, sorry, I'll read this for you. When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I grabbed it!
I grabbed the man by his collar.
Actually.
You kinda did get Tom Box. I grabbed the man by his collar. exactly do you mean when you said you did it?
Sense, sir.
Meekins, this is a murder trial.
Oh, no!
I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into Kung Fu films, sir. Films. Meekins, Kung Fu films do not make you a Kung Fu fighter. Oh boy, this man.
Sorry, I'm just coming with a lot of weird times today. I remember way back in the day seeing a film called The Bulletproof Monk. I think it was called Bulletproof Monk. It was on the Sci-Fi Channel. There is a main character. The main character learns fighting styles from watching old movies.
No.
And it somehow works, and I do not understand.
It really shouldn't. That never works like that.
I think the only character who's ever done that in a way that I find believable is Rufus from Street Fighter, because it said that he went out and learned to find out which actually worked or not. And Rufus is weird and kind of an idiot.
Yeah, he is.
He wants to fight King Masters, but doesn't know what he looks like, and just assumes everyone with blonde hair is King Masters. Or has...
Yeah. Man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. See. He must have been desperate. Next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood, and then sea of my blood. The next thing I knew, yes, he punched me right in my face, sir.
I got blood on the seal, sir.
just the silence and he punched me in the face, sir. About what time did you regain consciousness?
Never. I'm pretty sure this is a dream, sir.
Oh, no. No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious.
I hate the things when he makes sense.
No, that doesn't make sense. Because we just asked how long he was unconscious for, right?
Oh, right, you can figure out that way.
We have a timetable of when he entered the room.
According to the report, the officer that woke up the witness was about 5:30.
The 15 minutes. He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain.
And begging for my mama. Mama Meekins, where are you?
That's nice. It's nice that you recovered, that is. Even the judge is like, I'm getting tired of this boy. Oh, gosh. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir, the Blue Badger, sir. I returned to the entrance before things got out of hand.
He's Agent 3 solicitor, sir.
If we don't put him back, he breaks out. He wants to be in for the station. He wants to save the people.
Sorry.
We feed him criminals, sir.
Mostly minor criminals that won't spend much time in prison. Keep the streets safe, sir, and clean. Outside of the blood.
His favorite victims are jaywalkers, sir. They don't even make it to the station, sir.
Sorry, I'm just imagining the SCP Foundation report of we tried to capture this monster and escaped eating every D class it came across.
Oh gosh.
That might be something they just can't keep in the building. Just eat D class.
Well, you can all rest easy now. Can we write? Can we? I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened.
Meekins, you're going to prison for releasing the beast. Yes, Your Honor, only one thing remains unclear. Was the man these officers murdered really the victim?
He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins. With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gann delivered it to me just this morning, sir.
The chief?
Delivered it? What is that? A videotape? Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir.
I thought those in your generation don't understand what a videotape is.
Sir, I was born in the 1990s, not the 2000s. Ouch, by the way. That was a self-burn.
Yeah. Look,
You wanted to argue about that, didn't you?
I was trying to be sassy and ended up hurting myself in the process.
Yeah. we got hurt in our own confusion. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room.
Objection! What? What is the... Wait, asked if there was such a tape. Was told it had been mistakenly erased.
That's quite a mistake.
There's one guy in the office who just lies to the prosecutor again. He makes the best face when he's upset.
That might actually be the case. Somebody's really messing with Edward.
It's the janitor.
The janitor in particular. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. It looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Shows the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word, murder, sir. It scares me.
You're a police officer. In California.
Yeah, but...
Our cheap import is coffins for the bugs we keep getting.
I mean, yes, but it's Meekins. You have a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into?
I did not realize it came with sound.
I didn't either. I do recall this video, though.
Yeah.
There's Goodman. Doesn't show his face, though. Damn it, Blue Badger! He's just approaching silently. Huh.
So there is no sound, but the Blue Badger theme.
Yeah.
Makes it worse, actually.
It does. Yeah. Oh my god.
He's just dead.
He's just fucking dead in the corner. Huh, wait a second. How'd he get out?
I don't think I don't think it locked from the inside.
No. Like, he went in front of the camera the first time, but on the way out, he didn't walk in front of the camera.
Huh.
Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us?
What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood?
Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire Criminal Affairs Department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir.
Second question, where was the music coming from? There's no sound in the security tape.
Oh, that was added in post, sir.
See previous answer, sir.
Honestly, the fact that it's not even like an SCP thing, it's just added in post, weirdly makes it funny.
It makes it happy, sir. We wish to not anger the Blue Badger, sir.
Like, dropping the SCP thing for a second, and also the thing you said was, why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? But, like, just dropping the SCP thing for a second here, just picturing that they took the videotape, they looked at the videotape, and then went, you know what this is missing? Blue Badger theme song. And put that in instead of any other audio just makes this. Like, it just really makes the entire thing feel like it was delayed for the dumbest fucking reason.
Hey, can you do me a strange favor and check?
Check the stream.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if you see it, but there's a clock going up, and I don't know if it thinks I started streaming at 12 and it's just doing it for it regardless, or so.
Current timer reads 57 minutes.
Okay, I got a 3 in front of the 57, hence my confusion.
Okay, not sure why it's doing that.
I can even send you a picture because
I mean, I'm sure, I believe you. It's just, I don't know why it's doing that. Yes, well, anyway. I feel like you're actually taking a picture.
I am actually taking a picture. I said I would.
Oh, yeah. This tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter, someone. In the evidence room, and some sort of activity took place.
Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness testimony will suffice. Is that all right with you, Officer Meekins?
Yes, sir. As you wish, sir.
He's pretty mad.
Yep.
I played TF2 too much. I keep thinking man is spelled with 2 N's.
His face can't be clearly seen in the video. But there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it.
I think you saw something in the evidence proves that that's not true.
Yeah, the glove. The glove fell. That means that the locker was not completely shut. What's this about a fingerprint?
Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. Real quick, there's so many ways to circumvent that. That's almost worse than just a lock that has a key.
A number code. Yeah. That's why a lot of locations don't actually rely on fingerprint locks at all. They're way too easy to get past.
I want to see a sci-fi show where all of the locking mechanisms are completely mundane. And
There's a couple.
Fingerprint locks are for more like superficial things.
You know what? Dead Space kind of does that. So Dead Space's locking system is actually keycard based.
Oh, yeah,
and it's It's keyed into an individual's like specific key card or to their rig.
All right.
So like a lot of the doors that are automatic will open if for anybody, but unless you have a particular rig, they won't open. So there's an entire security database that actually controls all the doors on the Ishimura.
Hitman did something similar, and then Hitman probably proved on how you can completely circumvent that, right? How
Yeah.
Hitman's mechanics work.
Yep.
All the doors are keyed into people's clothes. Wait, what are you doing? Why are you stealing someone else's clothes?
Surprisingly enough, a lot of sci-fi games don't actually rely on like something funky like a fingerprint. It's a lot of key cards or other things like that. One, because they're easy to pick up, and two, because it's very tricky to create something that's dedicated to a single person in like a spaceship where a lot of people might need to get into a room.
They didn't do that exactly, but a lot of Doom 3's PDA system is A for lore and B you get passwords on said lore, which I also appreciate. Even though a
Yeah.
lot of times like shit, I need this key on this password. I've completely missed it. It was a couple levels back. Fuck it, I'll just look it up.
Yep, that is how that goes sometimes.
These locks ensure that each lock can only be opened by the detective it belongs to.
Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where we have to start.
Where do you think you have to press?
The fingerprint lock, right? Yeah, this one, right? About these lockers, is there no other way to open them? No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir. I wonder what kind of methods he's tried.
Licking it. And then there's just dead silence.
Yeah. The man opened the lock only responds to registered fingerprints. And then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir. And this too. The lock he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. I guess we need... Yep, press that. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face. Sir! If I may say something, sir. Please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie.
Hey, let's get that microphone away from him.
Please.
That is, unless defense can find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again.
Is there a problem with the security video? Yeah, there's a problem. Regarding the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange.
The music.
Two things in particular that seem rather... Three things in particular that seem rather strange.
It's strange.
Literally, I was thinking to myself, yes, the music is indeed strange. Alright, so there's two things. Yes, the Blue Badger is also very strange. Strange. And this contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman.
Also, have you noticed this tape is blue? Oh, that's because the Blue Badger's in it. So it turns blue. Anyway.
Theoretically, we could make an SCP that is a mascot for a police department. That could be a possibility. we just wouldn't have to do the blue badger. We'd have to do some other creature.
I mean, we could just say it's from Japan, and then just blur out the location of Japan it's from.
Yeah. What? This video contains such a contradiction.
Objection! Interesting. Your Honor, I propose a
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
Suppose we have defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video.
He would want me to point it out.
I want you to show your work right. It's math class all over again.
My worst subject. Everyone's worst subject, really. Math is annoyingly frustrating.
They keep changing the rules on how math works, too.
Yeah, that thing that people said, oh yes, it's math. This shall never change. Oh, math changed.
There's a song by Tom Lanier. I can't get his last name right. Called New Math that it's pretty much him just pointing out the fact that math just changed recently. This is how math works now.
Yep.
And then after I got out of community college and started, doing normal work because I'm stupid. Not in the sense of stupid as in this was a demonstration. Stupid as in I'm not very good at community college. They changed math again. To the point where if you're adding, instead it's much more easier if you have multiple, if you're trying to multiply a higher number, you just cross out the top number, add it to add the 1 into the 10th place or the 4th place, or regardless. You just add the 10 on top of the first number and go from there, and my very first thought is, what?
Why?
Well, that just makes me instantly go back a step. Where's the undo button?
I need to fix this now. I'll now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of. I had to point out a problem in the video.
Everything, Your Honor. Very well, not guilty.
It's the first time I've ever had to do that.
You can do it, Mr. Wright. I bet you know how to use a VCR. What's with the long silence, Mr. Wright? What's with that look you're giving me? Why does it look so angry? It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. In case you didn't know how to use a VCR. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing.
Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video.
I don't think that's a hint.
How did this guy ever become a police officer? I would have loved if they had included something that made him pass out if you played it too many times.
You just cut back, the stand's missing, it's revealed that he's passed out.
Yep. It's just Meekins? Meekins, are you alright? Alright, we know the moment, just fast forward.
Now we have to present this. Take that!
Oh, yeah, the light's on. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer Meekins. Sir, do you mean me, sir? As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. No! We don't need the music! When you grab the handle, the sensor reads your fingerprint if it's a match. The light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir.
It just screams in the background.
If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture.
The music is getting louder, I think. Sounds like the
I think it might be. What? Right? Buddy? You gotta point out? Huh? Right. You should have... When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, Let's rewind to a little earlier. Okay, this is entirely unnecessary, right? Oh god, why is it rewinding in real time? Why are we literally going back a second at a time? We could do this so much faster. You just wanted to pad out the music time, didn't you? Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit! Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Oh! Yeah, he just committed suicide right there. Jeez. Order! What's the meaning of this? Also, help the victim! The murderer! God's sake, save Meekins! It's very simple, Your Honor. You're gonna let the bailiff handle Meekins. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime.
Objection! The locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When the door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked.
Oh, I know. It must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this.
Sorry. I just thought of like lights in the dark. It's like, yeah, no, I know how to do these locks. You do? Yeah, hold on. And it's just cut away for. Can I borrow a crowbar?
He just goes back. I'm gonna borrow this crowbar.
No, I'm gonna go back to, I don't know, I'm helping out the blue guards and something innocuous, and I just seal a copy of the guy's fingerprints for the hell of it. Teaching tape. Not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction.
Oh, well. It just goes to show no officer should keep their mouth shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation?
And also, will you shut up?
Me, Your Honor.
Wrong, right?
Your Honor, I'm about to do that. Yes, why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator?
Huh? Oh, maybe something like jam the system sensor?
Something jammed the sensor? Say... Oh, there's something else that seems out of place in this video.
My mind's all over the place. I just thought of something, again, completely different, but only tangibly relatable.
Stop ping-ponging your brain around the place. It's not good.
We didn't get a chance to do this all, month because I was dealing with moving shit.
Oh, fair enough.
So, I found this out recently on Twitter, not Twitter, Reddit, actually, where someone was on the curated Tumblr subreddit, like, someone's, like, mentioning that, apparently in Japan, if you, in order to wait for you to get fired, there's, like, a version of quiet quitting where you just don't get work, and basically shame you, to leave.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, in American, we just call that, oh, free days. I'm getting paid and I don't have to work. Fantastic. It was like a bunch of it. So like I'm worried it's racist, but it says like a bunch of Italians will completely ruin that. And all I can honestly think of is just because it's not have the record of like anyone being fired. It's just people quit and all that, which is fine. It's just so my boss doesn't like me, but my boss wants me to quit, is forcing me to quit. This is just extended break time with cash pay. This is the perfect job for an autistic person that's bad with people. Don't do anything, and we'll give you money. Okay.
Sure thing.
Yeah, I thought so too. There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage.
Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, please point out the cause for this. Oh, this fucking music, man. Listen, it's fine if it's like once in a while, but this music was definitely designed to melt your brain.
Ah, crap, I didn't mean to hit that.
You dope. Go back. What have you done?
I can't.
You fucked up. Don't look at me with those very eyes. You just used up some of our good favor with the court. Great job.
I don't think we did. Because I didn't hear the explosion sound.
Oh, there you go. No, you had it. Go back. Go back. Okay.
I want to get a full thing just in case.
Y button.
Take that!
Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier.
Oh, good. The sound's gone. Or if we got.
Oh, thank you. Why is it being quiet worse?
Because you wonder where the music came from in the first place.
Yeah. What's this? Something white fell out of the wall of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened.
You're either the world's most terrible packer or the most unlucky door person opener.
Yeah. I often fall out and roll a great distance. Oh my god, what? Hold up. No. We are not continuing. I saw what that sentence was. That sentence was, I often fall out and roll out when I open my car door, sir. Meekins, you're supposed to stop the car first.
I'm in a carpooling, sir. They don't have time to stop me for my job, sir.
Oh, fucking hell.
Sometimes I'm tossed bodily out, sir.
The front of that car must be absolutely demolished. We can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted?
It'd be immensely additionally hilarious if it's not the case that his car is moving. It's just the case his car is tall and just falls out every time.
Uh-huh.
You look at there's a monster truck-like car. It's like, oh, that's my car, sir. Here, I'll show you how to get in. It takes him like 20 or 30 minutes just to get in. And when he tries to get out, so he gets out, he just keeps getting his foot caught on something. You just hear a loud. I hope that got picked up because I hurt my hand.
I heard the slight smack, yeah. Again, the lack of music is unsettling. This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times I get stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Oh, that... Meekins. What the fuck, man?
Meekins, you walking disaster.
But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door.
Don't look at Meekins anymore.
That'll help, that's you. That is you.
Oh, sorry.
That's Edgewater. That's not me.
Sorry, I was trying to think of more things to call Meekins. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. We need to be an insulator.
Yes, an insulator. In fact, at the crime scene, there just might have been something that fits the description. But, sir, an insulator, you don't mean... I think I finally got this figured out. Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence?
think it's like implying Meekins might know what he's talking about, but as we learned, Meekins might honestly not know what insulator means and think it's something completely different.
Yeah. What was this insulator that was stuck in the locker door? It's a glove. It's very clearly a fucking glove. Your Honor, I think it should be obvious.
Take that! Not with these cataracts!
I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. Well, we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SL9 incident.
Sign of shock I would express if I had the energy for it.
The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker, but that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is that not so, Officer Meekins? Sir! It would appear so, sir. How does that man function?
He doesn't. Next question.
Order!
What would your damage animation in a Phoenix Wright game be?
I don't know. Probably be fumbling something.
Okay, let's rephrase the question. What would Val's reaction in a Phoenix damage animation in a Phoenix Wright game would be?
I know what it is, but I can't reveal it yet because that would be spoilers for you.
Rowan's then. I'm going to go through all your damn characters. I know what. Let's try a character I haven't seen in a while. Hardcore. What would be Hardcore's animation?
You know what the dumbest thing is?
What?
My first thought was him shutting a door. You know why.
It's been a while, but I have a vague memory of why.
Mirror.
Yeah.
For context, my character and Quinn's character in that game experienced some bad situations with a couple of magic mirrors. So when we opened a door and saw a gigantic mirror in a room, Hardcore shut the door and said, "Not this room." Because he immediately realized that ain't good.
And further context, that was a World of Darkness game, and that was the first game I've ever played with Kyle. So, I mean, there was the Warhammer one. This first game I played with Kyle that he wasn't the DM of.
Yeah, I was the player in that one. Oh, jeez. I don't know exactly what would be his shocked position. It might be him clutching one of his old war wounds and kind of jumping back a bit.
I mean, I was like, I don't know what Nick should be, since I don't think he'll have guns in the air, and then I just realized, oh, he's trying to light a cigarette and just drop the lighter.
So, as I've recently seen, they will allow guns sometimes, depending on the situation.
Yeah, but a shotgun.
Have you seen the case for the Rust shooting?
No.
At all? So they called it a gun expert. The gun expert was handed the revolver that they had used for the movie, essentially, for shooting it. And it was the one that had shot somebody on the movie set. And the gun expert proceeded to repeatedly accidentally point the gun at the judge and demonstrate firing it. Didn't check if it was loaded. This, I think, was the prosecution's gun expert.
That's a terrible prosecution!
In the prosecution's defense, this guy was a professional gun expert for court cases. He's been on many.
And he forgot Rule 1.
He forgot Rule 1, he forgot Rule 2, he forgot Rule 3.
He forgot the basic rules.
He did not check that the gun was loaded. He pointed it at the judge, which you never do, because you always treat a gun as if it's loaded. And he forgot Rule 3, which is that you always point a gun away from people. You point it down or up, never horizontal.
Hey,
I'll send you the video of it sometime. It is astonishing.
okay. In the setting, yeah, just completely ruined my idea. Then, well, I still like the idea of Nick trying to light my character Nick, trying to light a cigarette and just like fumbling the lighter. But if in some absurd reason he was allowed to bring a gun in, it would just misfire in his hands pointing it like at the ceiling.
Makes sense.
There is a character in Ace Attorney 2 Investigations, Ace Attorney 2, Miles Edward Investigations 2, who's spinning a revolver as he talks.
Yep, like I said, sometimes they allow people to bring in firearms.
Well, he's not in a courtroom. He's in he's an airplane. He's a bodyguard. It's just goes off occasionally as it's damage animation. It just misses him, and he still spins it. It's a loaded revolver he's playing with.
My friend, what are you doing? Oh boy. Anyways, on to the next part. So we're to believe that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman?
Objection!
Do not be misled, Your Honor. How about you?
Do not be misled, Your Honor.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
The defense has merely demonstrated the possibility, and nothing more. The victim in this video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this.
What?
Officer Meekins, please testify about this. This about what, sir? I wasn't paying attention, sir.
Sir! Me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Meekins. Are you okay?
You know what? I'm starting to think that maybe him becoming a bailiff, which is a foregone conclusion.
I think it might have been. I think it was a necessary step for everyone involved. What the fuck, Meekins? Oh God! All right. Very well. Begin your testimony.
Ah, the good music.
There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card.
Well, we know that's horseshit.
Yeah, that's wrong. That is very wrong, in fact.
I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. I really gotta watch my mouth. I'm getting in a bad habit of swearing to even when it's unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
The idea used at 514 is that of the victim.
Just before the crime. Yes, without doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room?
This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases that will probably come up in future games.
Special cases?
Yes, special, like your mind. Extremely violent cases involving police staff.
Edgeworth, was that a compliment, or...?
What do you think, right?
No.
Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end.
Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference.
There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. I think Edwards would be, like, he has a fake one where he overreacts, but when he's actually being struck, he actually, because of how Edward acts, he would actually physically acts like he's been hit. So there's a
Oh
fake,
my!
there's a fake over the top one, and then there's one where he like flinches.
Mm-hmm. Right, I see. Now let's move on to the cross-examination.
So this is apparently very easy. We just need to present the fact that he doesn't have his ID card on any statement first.
Yeah.
There's it. He's right there. He lost his ID.
Yep. So, post that. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir.
I worked in a restaurant once. Oh boy!
Oh, Officer Meekins, calm down.
I hear the screams in my dreams, sir.
What did you... Well, get back to that. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene.
They never tell you how they poo themselves, sir.
Meekins? Meekins.
Meekins
Focus, buddy.
Meekins is in his own world now.
Does that make sense? When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. A lost item report. It's only half completed. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report.
Let me guess. He believes this something to be his ID card, right?
I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. This is also kind of reinforced by the fact that the card was not found near the body. Order! Order! So now, what does this all mean?
Quick question: When it does come up, will you tell me the damage animation for Val?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
You'll understand why I couldn't before. It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Order! 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 Does the prosecution have a response?
Only one thing to say to the defense.
Hmm?
Bravo, Mr. Wright.
Bravo?
Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds for this. First, the lock in the evidence room is already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright?
Yes. What's he up to? Oh, we're technically destroying our defense argument for the main case right now.
Yeah. That being the case, we must immediately arrive at a single conclusion. The victim's video is a fake, and the murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder.
That is... Yep, I guess that's right.
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed content to be pointing your finger around.
This isn't going to end well.
It isn't. That's the part why. That's why I'm so smug.
However, Edgeworth, I don't think this is going to end well for you either.
Well, it seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone such lengths to prove.
Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth.
The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means the murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime.
So...
The real crime can only take place at one location, the underground parking lot. At the prosecutor's office. The murder being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon.
Actually, Edgeworth, there's a couple of holes in this case that have recently come up due to this video, which raises more problems with the time schedule.
No, don't say that. I'm winning.
I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman.
Yes, so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something or else Lana...
No idea. How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess?
I don't think we ever wait to see what happens.
Yeah, no. One moment, Your Honor.
What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you just proven.
No, of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap.
What are you talking about? I was just literally regaling what you just said. Were you not agreeing with me?
No.
Oh, this is very embarrassing. I might cry.
This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only.
Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. Boo.
Edgeworth, focus.
Who?
Edgeworth. The security video did not show the actual murder. However, it cannot be said that this is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident with the accusation to be unrelated. We're not prepared to use witnesses for this incident.
This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand.
Right. Do you mean...
Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh? Whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room.
There's a request to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply.
Very well then. Mr. Wright? This person whom you would have testify. What is his or her name? Jake Marshall, the only Texas Ranger.
Yeah, 33.
You know what would have been hilarious?
What?
I call Detective Gumshoe to the set.
Take that!
Yeah, it's Jake Marshall. Officer Jake Marshall.
Why him?
Can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he had to say.
The prosecution agrees to the defendant's request. Since he was responsible for the room, we should use this room. Unfortunately, he works in the police department. It should need longer than 20 minutes to prepare.
Yep, that is actually a good point.
You
Very
ever
well.
get the feeling that Edgeworth is 100% leading right on with this?
Here's the thing that I think is going on with Edgeworth. Edgeworth has an idea that something is not right. He doesn't have the entire story though. Probably because he's working within the police department in this particular case, especially. And this was kind of how it seemed during the second case with the samurai turnabout. It seems less that Edgeworth is trying to lead right on, more that Edgeworth is trying to bounce things off of right to get a more stable storyline going. Because it's kind of clear here that Edgeworth doesn't really know everything about what's going on. He knows something's not right, but he doesn't have the right amount of evidence to show it. And there are things that are easily overlooked that Wright might have found during his own investigations. Like the missing ID paper and everything. Because the only reason that Wright found that was because the police chief handed it to him and thought it was not part of the case. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. I will also say that as far as this case is going, could you pull the court record up for a quick second? Scroll right. Let me see if it's in here. I'm looking for a knife, not the one that was used as a murder weapon. There it is. Yeah, okay. So this knife throws a fucking wrench into this entire court case. The reason I say that is because there's a very obvious question that should be asked. If this incident with Meekins and the locker being opened occurred at 5:14, the same time that Lana Skye was shown murdering Goodman, how did a knife from that locker end up in the muffler of Edgeworth's car?
Yeah, you know what? You're completely right. That does sort of throw everything off.
Because if Lana Skye knew about that knife and had hid it in the muffler, why exactly was everything being searched for from the locker? Also, it appears that the knife that was used to stab Meekins came from that locker. This raises all kinds of questions about why exactly did this happen? The knife is clearly coated in blood as well. That's probably Meekins' blood. There's a lot of questions there, yeah. But it's not something that's immediately being brought up, which to me is guys, there's a very clear discrepancy here. This is connected to the case.
We will, Your Honor.
Court's now in recess.
I was just thinking about what you were saying, and you're right.
Yeah, that is a very big, I guess, kind of a plot hole in this storyline, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm stopping you because there, Mr. Wright.
Huh? What do you mean?
You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out.
I haven't figured anything out.
Ma'am, I'm doing this for the seat of my pants.
Literally. I keep having to get them resewn. You try sitting in a courtroom this entire time.
I think he's standing in the courtroom, actually.
Yeah. You need good shoes for that, honestly.
A lot. There's a movie called True Lies. I've not seen it. I've only seen one scene from it. And it's this guy apparently waking up in the diner and immediately knows that he's in the sting operation. Because among other things, he notices that the waitress is wearing high-heeled shoes, and that's not what no waitress worth her salt wears high-heeled shoes as a waitress. You're standing throughout your entire shift.
Yeah, that's true.
You might be sitting down on your break, but on the rest of your shift, you're standing upright.
Yeah, it's way too difficult to just remain standing the entire time. Anyway.
You're the one who knows everything. Emma. You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Part is to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for your protection.
Or his protection.
For his protection. I misread this.
It's fine, it happens.
How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
Oh, we're not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later. He's just like, I seem to have fucked up.
Well, this is awkward. Bye.
Allow me to try this again. Wait, Detective Gumshoe. What is it?
I might as well ask now instead of have to find out later.
Yep, when everything's been edited and everything has gone wrong. You've got a lot of nerve, pal. Make a detective run around all around while on duty. You're in the same room. Oh, shit, come on. To top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
Sorry, detective.
You better be, pal. Hey! I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor's guy.
No, I take it all back. I'm perfectly fine with getting the runaround. Don't fire me.
What the fuck? Gumshoe. The amount of haze. I was trying to go through as many as I could and just give each one like a different tone because it seemed like that's what you were doing. But God, what the fuck? Oh.
I thought it was just like panic.
Nope. Because he wasn't like sweating or anything. He was just like, hey. This fucking guy. Go ahead.
So, have you brought what I asked?
Oh. You mean this, right?
My apologies, detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Rice's name when making my request.
My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Did I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident.
But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I brought you. Here, you might do well to read them.
I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in this case. Miss Sky was a witness? Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murders.
You say that like you have experience, Gumshoe.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Gumshoe, you okay?
I've lived a very decent life, pal.
Interesting doesn't begin to describe it, I think. Well, continue on, I guess. Oh, what? Now that I've brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me?
I borrowed $50 and then had to use this $50 to get this. You owe me $50.
No, no. Emma, but why? Why is your name in here?
What? My name's not in there? I don't know. Unless... Oh, it couldn't be. Lana! This SL9 incident, is that? That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark. The Joe Dark? No. No, Lana! That's over with! No!
Emma, wait! Gosh, you're right. I'm going to need a lot more information. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Gumshoe? Buddy? You gonna help me out at all here, or are you just gonna run off? Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Oh, so you're just gonna run off. And he's gone. Damn it, Gumshoe. Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Deb Gate, Gantz, Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma.
Sorry, I'm trying to fix something on my end.
Ah, what's wrong with it?
It's relatively minor. It's just gonna bug me until I fix it.
Oh, is it like the thing glitching out or something?
Sorta. I fixed it now. It's fine.
Okay. Everyone in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence.
Knowing you might just be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck.
I better take a good look at this file. Progress saved. Time to interrogate the Texas Ranger. This is going to be a very dumb court case, isn't it?
A little. Well, he has his reasons, but yes.
Nobody has his reasons to be acting like that. No. He's from LA, remember? The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Alana Sky. Emma didn't come back.
Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room the day of the crime. We couldn't find him.
He was gone. Straight disappeared. It's actually a big concern. This keeps happening to us.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Oh yeah, that's your thing, isn't it?
Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the others cross intersections with needed. Yes, we get it.
Oh, I know. You're a patrolman. How did you figure that one out, sir?
As for my name, if you'll listen hard enough, you hear the howling wind calling it out. Exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. I'm not allowed to get this.
Yeah, no. Howling wind? I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before.
Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime took place. Is that correct? According to the papers, partner.
What do you mean?
That's right, so boundless the desert sands. No paper can sum it up.
Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English. Good luck with the testimony.
My job is to keep a wary eye on that bone.
I said English!
They said I'm supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the route's protected by 2 security systems anyway. Remember, right? I was at the street side saloon at the time I moved down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, and figure out I'm out each time I hit the trail. We're arresting you for contempt of court.
I can't say I particularly care for your attitude.
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Guilty.
Arrest this man. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems?
Sorry, just put some in my mouth for 1 second.
You should know better.
I mean security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. It's also suggesting we look over the evidence we just got.
Oh, yeah, probably. We probably should. Go dark. Serial murder, sentence death. Victims: Jones, Knight, Kirby, Moss, Bates, Marshall. Neil Marshall? Miles Edgeworth, Lana Sky, Emma Sky. Damon Gaunt, Lana Sky, Bruce Goodman, Jake Marshall, Angel Star. That would be a major conflict of interest. I just want to point this out. Like, go back to that.
Oh, I know what the conflict of interest is. There's a reason for that.
Uh-huh.
I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those.
Yes, well, what about the fingerprint activated locks on the evidence lockers?
The what now? Finger activated locks? What kind of I was joking. What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those?
I mean, to be honest with you, we already knew that some people didn't know about them.
I know, but he's the security guard. He probably should know.
Yeah, he should.
Sorry, I have an itch. I'm scratching it.
No problem.
That's you.
He's not being very helpful.
He's not that good with machines or with following orders. It's a miracle he's been fired. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? Like how you've been crushing on that man in blue for a while. We all see it.
This one seems like trouble. I'm not stepping into this one. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours.
I'm going on a smoke break. Be right back, and then we never see him again.
I was actually going to say, not Edgeworth. Not Edgeworth. The Marshal. Question the Marshal.
We can already prove that he's full of shit here.
Yeah, we can.
Hold it! I hit the wrong button.
Yeah, you did.
Wait. I was eating spaghetti. Not even angel steak lunches can be that polished bongo sipa pasta.
Bongo sepia pasta. You can post your value police duties to eat some noodles.
Not all of desperados eat tacos, partner.
That's not what I meant! I hope this has at least taught you a lesson! That's strange. This is usually where the Edgeworth says, "Did you not want a raise this year?"
Objection!
Officer Marshall, does it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this? After all, you weren't. After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime.
And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner.
It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint.
This is real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that trip. I pay my respects, that is, I make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints will be in there.
Objection!
I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood.
That's spur.
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene. The blood was wiped away. However, Blumenau test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall?
What's liminal?
I got it.
Seems to me, they're saying a person in this room with a head on the shoulders.
Huh?
I take any of an explanation then, Officer Marshall? About the bloodstained fingerprints? I don't know if that was Miles or not. My bad.
That was.
About the bloodstained fingerprints.
Out at the scene of the crime. I think it was supposed to be an update to the testimony. Normal stuff.
Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints being the evidence room. Well, it just happened to be the same place as the bloodstained handprints. I better touch the lock with my fingerprint was by chance. Well, saying the fingerprints are completely unrelated. How did you know that Murray was wearing gloves? See? No, I had nothing to do with it. How do you know he's wearing gloves?
Yeah. The witness's explanation appears as valid as his accent.
Oh.
Although there's a room for doubt, given he's from LA.
Live. Well, you know what? I'm perfectly fine with my accent being terrible if it's the fact that
No,
he's...
no. Your accent is fine. I'm just casting doubt on this man having a Texas accent.
And he's gone. Marshall has killed him in cold blood. Oh, there you are.
Hi. One moment. Stream go kaput. As I was saying, nothing was wrong with your accent. I'm just throwing doubt on the man saying he's got a Texas accent when he's from LA, born and raised there. He hasn't even visited Texas, according to his own statements. Can I get a refresh on the stream, please?
Sorry, one sec. I mean, you can watch the Twitch one. It seems to be fine, but...
Yeah, I can. I just, I want to hear the sound and everything.
You can hear the sound.
I can, but still,
Alright.
it's easier with the stream.
You just want to insert sounds.
Exactly.
Live wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner.
The defense may not cross-examine the witness.
Unless you got an anxiety problem, in which case you having too much of that there doubt. You might need to see a therapist.
This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it.
Like I said, it's only natural, right? Wait, we're not...
You've read this before, yes.
I mean, he doesn't listen to people. It'd be hilarious if he's the only one who did green text.
Yeah, I think we need to press on the glove section, don't we?
And we also need to press here.
Hold it!
Really?
It's,
That's because how do you put it? Pay your respects once a month?
yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine.
What? What do you mean?
I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. I mostly put snacks there. Oh, and there's now those a heap of broken dreams, and snacks, and alcohol that I'm not supposed to have, but no one will stop me.
I see.
These fingerprints weren't all over that locker.
Apparently this fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's program. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it. There it is. No, next one. There it is. How do you know that?
I might be a loner, but still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was blood seen at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer.
That's right. It was found in a Detective Gumshoe's locker.
However, no one can detect them on average.
Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. So that would mean the murderer wearing gloves happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint.
That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner?
The picture?
I don't think we're supposed to press there.
You don't think you were supposed to?
I'm not sure. The seal blood in the desert is just food for the budgeters. There's only one reality, and that's this.
The security tape. Yeah, but there's a problem there.
So long as my trail isn't on there, you can't say otherwise.
This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Rice. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, the tape is something that shows evidence, but it's not the evidence you think. Ah, we got something. That actually was something we were supposed to press on. What do you mean by that? I didn't say to press on that.
Sorry. You want to tie me to this crime, is that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have.
Objection!
That video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots? Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape.
Objection!
We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright.
Well, Mr. Wright, if you could show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now.
I think we can, actually.
Yeah. Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall.
Tread carefully, Mr. Wright. You might wind up being the one making the mistake.
Now then, let's have another look at the video. Show us this incriminating evidence to the witness, Officer Jake Marshall.
No!
Hmm.
Not even fast forward, it's like 2 seconds
Hold
per
up.
second.
Is he actually wearing gloves in that?
Yeah, it is.
Oh. What is that? Does the video just like end and then reset? Oh, it does. Yep. Okay.
Damn it, I didn't give me a chance. I was trying to pause, it wouldn't let me.
Yeah, you gotta hit the B button.
I did.
Don't hit Y.
I
think you might have panic pressed it.
I didn't hit Y, it didn't present. I thought I hit B is the thing.
So yeah, there it is, and then pause, I guess.
There we go.
Take that!
Bringing your attention back to security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall.
The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Can you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less?
The days aren't actually short in Texas. Very well.
That's 2, got 6 more.
You can clearly be seen in this video.
Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner.
The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. Oh, the white cloth wasn't sticking out of it.
Yeah. When I was watching, I think Push Buttons Talks, I noticed that right away.
What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then, it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime.
There's nothing short in Texas, but there are long, endless roads and wind farms and...
Texas it has some problems. Same as any state. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. Order! Order! It seemed that's the...
Hold your horses. Sorry, partner. You got the wrong man. So one of my lockers open. Doesn't mean I was one who opened it. For me to hide something to open a locker and stuck it in.
I thought Edgeworth is being silent because he knows that this is bullshit. He is letting the man dig a grave.
Sun Tzu said, "Never correct your enemy when he's making a mistake."
Exactly.
It's one of my favorite lines. I never get to use it as much as I want to.
Yeah.
It's not my fault he happened to choose mine.
Even the judge is like, "Are you being serious right now?"
Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man?
This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker.
Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say open that locker. Now prove it.
No, not that.
No, I'm...
Keep going. Trying to find it. I think we actually do have that thing that is a locker.
Yeah.
There it is.
Take that!
Fingerprint sensor?
We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to.
What kind of crazy talk is this?
Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less?
Oh, this is one of my favorite ones.
Just eating the jerky.
I only got one word for you, partner. No! I was trying to build up suspense.
Uh-huh. Order, order, order! Witness, explain yourself! I will say, however, really quick, the idea that the fingerprint scanners are not known by the rest of the police force actually makes them a better defense mechanism than you would think.
For this exact reason, yeah.
Yeah.
If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard.
I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. Olay! Please answer the question. What is he now, a bullfighter? That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here. We can. Have a look at these floor plans. There is no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. If that's so, then where was the witness?
Seems Mr. Wright has an answer.
That's right. The only possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime?
Take that!
Officer Marshall was standing right here. There, but that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was.
Was he on his shoulders? Was he writing piggy bank on Officer Goodman?
Could Goodman have been standing atop him after knocking him out like he did Meekins? Actually, that one would actually make some sense for him to ask because you can't see the floor.
Yeah.
Correct, unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you dressed up like Detective Goodman.
Do you know what that, if I can use
Objection!
I can't. Preposterous! Sir Meekin witnessed the detective.
Detective at the crime scene? What are you trying to find?
No, it's just, is this, stuff around his ears, his hair? Does he have really weird long hair?
I don't know. That's the thing. It looks like it might either be a cowl or his hair.
Yeah, that's what's confusing me.
Yeah. I don't see the bottom of it clearly enough to make a decision.
That's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. You saw the man's face, you'd know for sure.
Objection!
May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman? He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted.
It's a flashback, you don't need to say anything.
Yep.
I was not in the flashback.
Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card. Oh, I get it. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall?
Detective Meekins is an idiot.
Yes, however, that still doesn't explain why you didn't show the card.
Got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence.
Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it. Also, that wouldn't actually be circumstantial evidence in this situation.
I don't think he's a very good detective. You're going to have to do better than that to break a detective. This hit hard end is going to dress up as the victim. Alright, you proved I was the kid. Alright, there's solid evidence I dress up as the good detective. Now, can you absolutely prove I dressed up as the good detective?
I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition.
Can it, Santa Claus?
Hey, this is not Pettinuke.
I can't say I care for your pair, but you don't see me complaining.
That does it. Contempt of court. Arrest this man. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
I will take even the slimmest bit of evidence with this man.
A glove would work. Well,
you know what? Just say it to your shirt. Don't present evidence. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems like you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat and was in desert heat.
This can't be happening.
Desert is something you want less of. Desert's want something you want more of. That's what the S is for.
So obvious he's the one. What can I do? Edgeworth?
It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. Did Von Karma tell you that? Doesn't sound like he would tell you things.
I think that would have been his father.
When he was just starting out?
Yeah, true. The basics.
Now I want a... There's occasionally like flashbacks in 8 Attorney Investigations. I want a flashback where you control Miles where Von Karma is the one training you.
Oh, God. I mean, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Oh, that's what it means. Shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in that disguise. Or rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Right. What do you mean? There's no reason for it.
There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his lock at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later, as it has been.
Maybe he didn't originally plan to open his locker. Which the defense's argument. Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then after the crime was committed, He opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
Can I just show you something I find hilarious, actually, real quick?
What's that?
Okay, everyone has like normal eyes, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean his eyes are bug eyed?
No. Japan actually has a description for this type of eye
Really?
called fish eyes.
Oh, poor man. The
Yeah,
fact that a white cloth is sticking out the locker seems to indicate that. He opened it in order to put the cloth inside.
So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth? Perhaps...
That's you, my bad.
Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot. Oh! The blood stain on his shoulder. Very well, let's take yet another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker. Not again.
This might be just exposure therapy, but it's starting to just seem whimsical and not, a sign of horrors to come.
Yep. So he... Take a look at that. Yeah, the shoulder.
Take that!
For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know to what end yet.
Yeah.
However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked. And the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. A bloody white coat. You couldn't just walk out like that. So you hid the coat in your locker.
The bloody white coat comment just reminds me on how in Ghost Trick there's like foreshadowing everywhere. It's like one game about, solving a mystery and ghost shenanigans, and the other was like there's an entire page on TV Tropes article that's just the foreshadowing.
Oh, goodness.
Not bad, partner.
Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth?
No. Looks like I underestimated. Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago. You're only half as persistent then as you were today. To be fair, I wasn't getting any sleep for only recently. Only recently has I been getting proper sleep. We all wouldn't have to be here now, would we?
Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it.
Alright. Seems the time has come. Do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it happen. I saw the detective's being dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I was speaking Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. Managed to escape. No one ever going to be caught on the camera. There's any murder in the evidence room at 5:15.
So the supposed victim was really you?
There's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor.
It was way too much blood for such a small donation.
My blood's high pressure, sir! When I get a nosebleed, I levitated up a couple feet of the air!
Ah, yes, the rocket nosebleed.
It just says press everything.
Hold it!
You say it, you mean...
You didn't have to ask, partner.
the SL9 incident.
Years have passed since that case was closed. It's going to completely end the transfer of that day. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over.
But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room?
When the case is closed, one of that case leads detectives can look through the evidence. I want to have a look at it myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine.
Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it?
Today was my last chance. That's why I...
Yep, press him on that. Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman?
If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transfer, I'll be arrested for stealing evidence which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera.
And the detective's ID card.
I saw that the morning of the incident.
So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost time report.
I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. Why? Someone could steal that.
Because that's where he was murdered. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. Yeah, he probably dropped it there after the fact.
So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I'm gonna read that line again. What do you mean, partner? I meant the fingerprint activated lock, of course. And no matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself.
But he could because a rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. Did you pull the knife on Officer Meekins and try to drive him off?
I should say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time.
Officer Meekins certainly is a 1 in a million type of person.
They broke the mold for good reason.
Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID.
I'll have to think a little bit more about his raise this year. Maybe I'll just cover his medical bills.
When did Edgeworth get so much influence?
Von Carmen.
Oh.
Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it turned out that way. With me knocking him out and everything.
By the way, what happened to your knife?
Oh, you mean this one?
I don't know what to say. So you knocked Officer Meekins out, and...
In any other circumstance, it'd all be like he's taunting us, but literally just it was an accident. I'm not gonna get rid of my knife over an accident.
Yeah. Then he clearly cleaned it. So you did your research beforehand.
Those who got in the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I don't think it would make a difference, though. Security tapes the race every 6 hours. If I was gone on plan, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat when you started with Officer Meekins. If I was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I'll run my locker and stash it in there.
What was Officer Meekins doing during that time?
What else? He was sleeping like a baby. Completely unconscious, with a bloody hand, and...
So what you're saying is on that day... But the blood found at the scene, it certainly indicates a crime took place.
What, are you blind? The victim showing that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the evidence from the locker? Actually, no I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence?
Still missing.
Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence.
I was worried it didn't post because it didn't Thursday.
Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing?
Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer.
Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer. This is no small offense.
The music's gone sad, partner. I think you make a guess. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. Can't be just forgiven with civil cut and salary.
Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution.
Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with.
Witnesses an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room.
Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing is safe assured they deserve his sentence.
I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murderers, didn't it?
I don't intend to complain about how it turned out. There's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about.
What happened?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Why is he so concerned with that incident? They should present him with what I think his real reason is. I had a feeling we'd wind up sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I'd better take another look at the files. That's hinting at us to look at the SL9 files, isn't it?
Yes.
So we have to go back to that last statement and probably present something? Yep. Yeah, there it is.
Objection!
All of these files are produced in mine.
Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about this SL9 incident.
Sounds like you've been snipping too much cactus juice, partner.
I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here,
Ugh.
in a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man?
Neil Marshall? Yeah, I'm sure you heard the name. 2 years ago. Received the same lousy prosecutor award you got.
What? A prosecutor? He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award.
Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. And the case fell into your hands.
What's his relation to you?
Oh, it is his hair.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
It was my brother. He was investigating the murders of Damon Gans, the then deputy chief of police. The detectives I was part of worked under them. Desperate to prosecute the killer. Yeah, I showed this to Kyle ages ago. That is the most guilty-looking man in existence.
Yeah.
His name is also like up there with DC, sort of. This guy's a villain. Wanna know why he's a villain? His name, it sounds like something.
Yep. Joe Dark.
Yo, that kid.
That would be spelled. That would be pronounced dark. The E would be silent. It's a weird thing with the English language. Again.
Brother fought Joe Dart and was killed. That was the first time Dart left behind any evidence. That's all we needed. He was arraignated?
Arraigned.
He was arraigned and incinerated. The case was finally closed. At least according to the public records.
What do you mean?
My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I know my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. That's it. That's the reason for your insane actions. There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me.
Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of this crime.
Let's say the SN9 case could be avoided.
Yep.
Now Sunshine's resolution, Officer Mark's old plan to steal the evidence.
Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled.
Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place in the police department that day. Things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. Back at the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on in the police department.
Chance. It's gotta be more than just that. I had to sneeze. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office. Fuck. That means the murder in the prosecutor's office's parking lot was the real one. Why did they put two S's there? That's not how that should work. That should be prosecutor office parking lot. Like,
Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Scott.
Objection!
but wait, the verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Also, a number of questions that need to be answered.
Why be examining the incident at the police department today?
What?
Only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained a mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. Seems to me, this boy's got the draw on you, partner. All the mysteries of the police department are resolved, no doubt about it. Our stolen murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Sky. The testimony of one Miss Angel's car is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. That counts. I rest my case.
I still feel like this is like there's so much that's not quite right that we already know about. But you know, we have to go through the court case as it is described. Oh, that's me. It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt.
Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time.
Still you.
Disproving the alleged murder of the police department.
No doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty. Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant... Huh? What?
Your Honor, wait!
Emma? I like to think she just shoved, like, Marshall aside. Go ahead.
The defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right?
What do you mean, right? Mr. Wright. Are you this girl's guardian? Your Honor? In a sense...
Please, Your Honor. All I'm asking is a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends.
Honestly, credit to you, Edgeworth. At the very least, you let her do what she needed to do.
You want a minute? I'll give you 3. Starting now. The clock's ticking. It's kind of in shock. You find out the SNL is referring to the Joe Dart killings.
Now that she mentions it, the names of Poskaya's sisters were in that file.
That's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So a news fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing, the other handprint. I mean, the traces of blood found in the Detective Shoe's locker.
But no fingerprints were found on it, right?
No, but I figured out if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. Rather, I looked at it again.
Oh. So did you find something?
No.
Huh? I preempted it.
We do that a lot.
Yep. It's just a natural response, though. Continue, I guess. I've already stated it.
Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all.
No, but she does raise a good point. There's a problem with that handprint. Is that all?
You're something mad. I'm just a high school student.
And I'm just an attorney.
Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. We can't find something wrong with them. Please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. Anyone can save Lana, it's you.
Hey. Oh, boy. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? Yeah, actually.
floorboards, a handprint was discovered around here.
Wait a minute, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Is there a problem with this?
Yes. You're fine, Emma.
I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark. Ron will be...
Please answer my questions, right? We don't have all day. I want to know, I have actually played this particular court case before. Got through it and everything, got into like the second game. And I actually forgot about this detail. And I can't believe it just took me until now to remember it. Yes, Your Honor. If ever I've needed to concentrate, it's now. Yeah, there's a problem with that blood print. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? I object. This handprint left the crime scene. Clearly shows a contradiction.
Yeah, I love that split second you can see him like side-eyes. He doesn't, he's just making it up as he goes.
As is usual, but like, legitimately, there is a problem.
Seems clear as you're grasping, Mr. Wright.
You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing.
Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there?
Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Let's spread the defenses and simply try to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use. The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? It's the blue badger. It's dancing right in front of where that would be.
What about that piece of plywood?
How'd you get back on the stand?
She may have pushed me out of the way, but I'm not, she's still a young girl. A young Bombeta.
So you mean you assaulted a small child?
I just pushed her out of the way.
Sir, that's assault. That's assault!
First off, it's battery. Second of all.
The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
I will in a second. We now need to deal with the Blue Badger. He's been summoned here. I forgot what that saying does. Run. You're just picturing it now, aren't you?
I am, and also the line of dialogue does not make it any better.
Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here.
Where is the Blue Badger? We do not know, and that it makes it all the more terrifying.
We lost track of it.
So?
So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well, what? That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at the spot in the locker.
What?
He looks like he actually got shot, like very Texas Wild West movie style. I do like that. So that means, what does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found in that locker. Don't look at me. I didn't put it there.
Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically.
Emma.
That afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right? And after he put it down, it would have been possibly the handprint of that locker.
So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in? Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom.
No one knows the etymology of balderdash. Sorry.
It's an old one. Continue.
Sorry, that's from a Stupendium song title, and it's true, and therefore it gets stuck in my head.
Uh-huh. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor.
Because it is.
It kind of is. But it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, the blood was spilled not once, but twice. Which is very concerning.
But how?
One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered.
Objection!
That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd
Objection!
The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker.
Objection!
So then, assume this murder you really happened. When did it take place? Demand you show evidence to prove when it occurred.
When did the first incident occur?
Sorry, Mom came to show me that she found one of the emotes we're looking for. Which is a fair thing to show. We've been looking for that.
Yeah, you've been looking for that. That's a good thing. To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room. That's right, the blood mark on the locker proves that. Very well, then tell us, when did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented.
I mean, we have proof. We have a series of ID numbers that we don't know the origin of.
Yeah, there's only one piece of evidence that could show that. Now then, will the defense please present this evidence? What shows when the first crime took place?
Take that!
If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card? Oh! The ID card record! Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at... Let's see here. 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be... 4:40 p.m. Ah! Oh! Miles Edgeworth! Just what have you done?
Never would have figured you would have the nerve, boy. Drop the witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure it out. It couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it.
I'm afraid I don't understand either.
It's clear from the Lumino test the blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood.
That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer.
I would have just had 10 minutes to murder victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible.
That would mean The crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card never remaining. The quintuple 7. However you put it.
Septuple.
Septuple. There you go.
Quintuple will be 5.
Yeah, I know, but I'd forgotten what 7 was. Listen, nobody ever uses that particular phrase.
Talk about a lucky number.
But wait! That doesn't make sense.
That's my ID card!
I half expected him to say that now. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. But that's the only plausible explanation. He went in with septuple 7. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 7777777777.
That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look at the order of that ID card. At least at present.
What?
Explain yourself, son. The ID number 77777777 begins with the rank of captain or higher, meaning the so-called
Edgeworth?
Well,
Edgeworth, are you okay?
well today. Executive officer. You don't have the authority to require such a person's identity.
Objection!
But that's ridiculous. Just how?
I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There's one situation in which you can be granted such authority.
If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge.
You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor office operates.
You see, that's exactly how it should be pronounced. Prosecutor's office.
I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. Pride in your forgeries. I would appreciate if you kept your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question. Yes? No, not you, to her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive.
Honor?
Objection!
Don't be stupid. You've been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number. It's not 777. Soon Edgeworth will actually say it out loud, so 7777777. Now I'm playing for a full honor. That's not what I want to ask. All I know is one thing about that incident.
Yes, I'll learn it.
Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of prosecution for that trial. At the time, occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. Lana, the prosecutor was suppress crime with the law. Before I realized it, we were the one being suppressed by the law.
Defendant, just what do you say?
I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look at me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did?
Chief Prosecutor, you didn't.
I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana, even if it involved forging evidence. That's what I'm talking about. No. No.
Order! Oh, yeah.
Conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day.
Understandable given what was just stated.
The scandal. And that's going to be next week.
Yep.
Which makes sense for the 3-day cycle, since they're likely going to arrest whoever the 7 guy is.
Which is a high-ranking official. You know, that is something that's kind of interesting about this, which is that it does throw like a lot of crimes at the ranking officials within the police department. Just a thought. You know?
Yeah. Sorry, I had to stretch.
No problem.
Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for Forgive Me, Father.
What, he has sinned?
It's actually what it's called, but yes. I am playing the priest character, so...
Yeah, and again, you need forgiveness for sinning.
I've shot a lot of people.
You can't go doing that. You can't go doing that.
I'll probably bring it up again during this actual stream, but I'm starting to expect that it's going to have a plot twist where I'm killing actual people I've just snapped for some reason.
If I recall correctly, that game is supposed to be like a
It's
very Eldritch horror style.
Yeah, it takes place in like Lovecraft.
Yeah, a lot of Lovecraft stuff tends to end up with those kinds of twists where it's like, oh no, you were killing people that you shouldn't have been.
Like,
good job.
To bring perspective, there's an enemy you face rather early on that has a radio, or at least sounds like he's using a radio, and he actually says like "officer down" stuff like that. And every time I hear that, I keep thinking to myself, I shouldn't be. That should be like garbled or something, but that sounds mostly clear.
Yeah,
I'm probably killing an actual officer of the law.
it is a possibility. I definitely agree that does sound like something that could happen. We'll find, or you'll find out, I guess.
Hopefully, I won't pass out from exhaustion again. Last time,
yeah, good luck, man.
I got tired, and then like as soon as I ended the stream, went to bed. I particularly remember closing my eyes and then waking up to mom knocking on the door.
Oof! Oh boy, not great.
And I don't know when you'll stream.
I'll figure it out.
But yeah, I'll see you guys. Have a good rest of your day. Hope you guys go to stream. Hope you guys stay safe, and I'll see you then.
See you all next time.